everyone. Welcome back to the Red Sofa here in Nashville at Automotive Logistics and Supply Chain Digital Strategies. Very pleased to be joined by John Godfrey from Pirelli Tire North America. And John, you've joined us here on stage talking about visibility and transport management systems in logistics. Can you start by telling us a little bit about the roadmap for digitalization that you're currently on at Pirelli, particularly as pertains to your logistics?
Sure. So, we're looking at going to the next generation of some of our software tools, whether it's a WMS that's being operated by one of our 3PLs. Basically, we had WMSs that were what I would call second generation. Now we're going to the third generation, where we're having barcode scanning, things like that maybe wasn't done in the past. This is giving us and our 3PL partners greater visibility in our warehouses. We're also looking at upgrading our TMS capabilities, whether it's inbound logistics or outbound logistics for our domestic or international markets. So we're looking at solutions both internally and externally to better serve the US market and globally.
When you set out looking at systems like WMS and TMS, what are some of the strategic goals that you set at the beginning of the project and some of the perhaps benefits you're hoping to achieve by making these changes?
Well, in the end, you always want to have a cost benefit. You want to have an ROI on whatever investment you're doing, whether it's giving you better visibility that allows you to see the costs before they happen, or visibility on the costs after they happen and then do projections for the future. But it's always about the cost reduction, the visibility, and the control of the logistics flow.
One of the really interesting points that came up in our session, I think, was also around ownership of the data, or kind of really having some control on that. Is that an important topic as well for Pirelli?
Sure. When you have systems, whether they're internal or external, you want to make sure you're controlling the data. And obviously, we're generating more and more data. It gives you the capability to do more and more analysis and come up with better and better solutions.
And how effectively would you say you've been able so far to improve and increase visibility and integration of this logistics data? You mentioned looking at capabilities like barcode scanning and stage. We talked about some opportunities to go further as well.
Sure, like I mentioned yesterday, now we have GPS tracking and a lot of our shipments coming into the US. This allows us to both know where our product is, but also if there's a security incident or some type of risk management incident, we can be on top of that very quickly.
Absolutely. One important aspect that keeps coming up in almost all the sessions is as you introduce new tools or look to new technologies, not to leave people behind, the relationships behind, and the skill set. So how are you going in parallel with this change in terms of team members, partners, bringing them along on this journey?
Sure. You want to have, when you hire people, you want to bring on people that have good IT skills, whether it's advanced Excel skills, Power BI skills, things like that. But you also want people that have vision to think how to do this better, where the strategy is. They can understand how their portion, their function fits into the bigger picture for the whole company.
Absolutely. Finally, just looking ahead, what would you highlight as some of the next important milestones, key steps that you're looking to take and achieve on this path?
Sure. Well, like I mentioned, we're looking to find more efficiencies in transportation, whether it is insourcing, having a new TMS. These are the things that hopefully a year from now we'll be further along that pathway on.
Well, we look forward to bringing you back next year and hearing more about the progress.
Okay.
John, thanks so much for joining us here at the event and on the Red Sofa. Keep following us on LinkedIn and our website. We'll have more highlights from the event, more insights from John's session and others here at Automotive Logistics and Supply Chain Digital Strategies. Thank you.